Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. So today is a collab with Dawn from Sensible Living with Money Mom and also Joel and Christy from The Long Run with Joel and Christy. And today we're doing Crocktober, and which I absolutely love. I love Crockpot season, which we use ours all year round. But the couple recipes that I'm going to show you, it starts out as one thing, it winds up as another thing. And that's how I like to do it. I like to make extra, so I only have to do the main cooking part once. So I hope that you enjoy it. Okay, you guys, so this particular recipe, I found it a while ago. It is just pork chops and a few things thrown in to make a sauce. And you're going to use your crock pot and make sure you plug it in. Don't ask me how I know. But yeah, we're going to actually plug it in. And I'm running late today, which is why I have no makeup on. So I'm running late getting this in. So what I'm going to do is turn it on high for a couple of hours and then turn it down to low for 3 or 4 hours. And so that's what I'm going to do. Let me turn this around and I will show you what I've got. So I've got 2 packs of the pork chops. These ones have their bone in. I got these for $1.99 a pound. And I really think that the pork chops are really overlooked. And nobody ever talks about them. You know, you never see them on anybody's grocery hauls. But they're a pretty cheap protein if you're worried about protein, right? A lot of people, obviously, you know, if you're not a meat eater, then you wouldn't do this. But in this particular case, it's very cheap if you're a meat eater. So I would definitely not overlook these at the grocery store. But so what we're going to do, we're going to put these in the crock pot, and then we're going to put this sauce together and just pour it over there, and we're just going to let it cook for a while. So we've got a cream of chicken soup. All of this stuff is out of the pantry, as you can see. And you could make your own cream of chicken, you know, you want to do that. A can of chicken broth. I mean, you could do, I don't know, 1.5 cups, 2 cups, whatever you want to do. Whatever, you know, once you put them in there, whatever, you know, it just looks best this way. Lipton, well, it doesn't have to be Lipton, but an onion soup mix and a pack of gravy. I'm using brown gravy, but you could use pork. That might make more sense, but this is just what I'm doing because that's what I have. And I will show you what this looks like here in just a second. Let me get a spoon. All right, so I'm going to put the soup in there. Oh my goodness, I should have worn my apron. Who would have thought? Okay, that's okay though, because I'm not fully done getting ready yet today, but it is what it is, right? We're just doing it. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right. And you would have also thought that I would have had my can opener and everything ready too, but you would have been wrong. Okay. All right, got my can opener. Give it a little twirl. And I'm going to pour some of this in the soup can so that I can get some more of the soup out of there. Put the rest in here. Try to get out as much as you can because, you know, you don't want to waste it. All right, so there's that. Going to open our gravy packet. Like I said, you could use pork gravy. Just use whatever you've got, you know. A lot of these packets, a lot of them taste very similar, the gravies. So, all right, there's that. Let me get a whisk. Oh, hold on. And then here is the onion soup mix. pour that right on in there. Gonna whisk this up a little bit, break up some of the clumps. Get some of this off the spoon. All right. And hold on. Okay. Here we go. So see, they're just the dehydrated onions. So I'm just going to add some extra in here for flavor because this is kind of a big batch. So I'm going to whisk that together. There we go. All right, that looks pretty good. And this is going to be quite a big batch because, like I said, I really want to use some of these for lunches. So it's going to be a large batch. Because who wants to make dirty everything twice, you know? Might as well just do it once. Let us see here. And the last one. Sorry, that might have made you a little dizzy. All right. So here's my sauce. And that's what it turned out like after whisking. So I'm just going to pour this over the top. Try to make sure everything gets in there. There's that. All right. I'm just going to put a bunch of pepper on this. I think there's enough salt between, you know, between the soup and the chicken broth and the Lipton soup mix, the gravy mix, all of that. I think there's plenty of salt, but I'm just going to pepper this well because we really like pepper in this house. So I will show you what this looks like when it's done. I think what I'm going to do is serve this with, oh, there's my finger, with some wild rice and maybe some squash and zucchini. I might put the squash and zucchini in there. I don't know. Anyway, I'll show you what it looks like later on this evening when it's ready. Hello, you guys. I forgot to show you the deal with the pork chops the other night. I apologize. Okay, so what we did with them is when they were done, we paired them with like a sheet pan, veggie, potatoes. It had squash, zucchini, all of that. It was delicious. But I did forget to show you, and I'm sorry. Okay, they were delicious though, by the way. So what I'm going to show you today can be done with any kind of leftover meat. This is one of my favorite things to do with leftover meat. And you can do it with steak. You can even do it with burger. You know, if you just have some burger made up, you know, whatever. Yeah, chicken, burger, pork, all of it. It's just the best way to use it. Now, today I'm using pork, so I'm going to be using like chicken broth, chicken stock, right? If you were using beef, you could just change that stock to some beef broth, beef stock, whatever. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, and then I will show you what this looks like whenever it's done today. So, all right, I'll show you. Okay, so this is what I'm working with. And here I have 2 pretty good size carrots, a whole onion, 3 ribs of celery, and a handful of mushrooms that I needed to use up. Now, I love the carrots, the onions, the celery. I love all of that. If you don't, then feel free to leave them out. Onion, so you may like this, even if you don't like onion, you may like these dehydrated onions because you get the flavor without the chunks, you know, so that might be something to consider. If you like the flavor of onion, but you don't like the texture and whatever, these are perfect for that. So you get that flavor. I just get these at Costco. You could get them anywhere, I would assume. You can even get them in the bulk section at Winco. So yeah, I just, whatever veggies that you have that you like, go ahead and throw those in. These are, this is the cut up pork chops from the other night that were seasoned so well. They have a fabulous flavor. That's one of the reasons I like doing this with extra meat. Oh, the dog heard something. Anyway, that's why I like doing this with extra meat, is because the meat itself has already been flavored from another meal. So it's fabulous. I've got 1.5 cups of white rice here. And then I've got 4 cups of the chicken broth, chicken stock. This is just, part of it's broth and part of it is water that I made some extra stock in with bouillon. And then these are bay leaves. I figured out a while ago from working in the restaurant that with soup, that's one of the reasons that people love soups at a restaurant, is you can't recreate that flavor at home. And one of my cooks at work told me about the bay leaves. And so I've used them ever since. I use them in if I make a soup, there's bay leaves in it. Just gives it that extra flavor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, oh, dog's freaking out. Pour in my veggies. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to put in my chopped pork. Then I'm going to go in with the wild rice. I like wild rice because it doesn't seem to get gummy and weird, kind of like a white rice will. And also, obviously, there's way more, nutrients and whatnot. So I'm going to go in with the 4 cups of my broth. I am going to need more water. So, hang on here. Okay, let's see what another 4 cups of water looks like. Let's do a little bit more. Because I do want this to be more of a soup rather than like a stew. I want it to be semi-soupy. And that wild rice is really going to suck up a lot of that flavor. Alright, so there's that. I'm going to put in my bay leaves. There we go. Also going to put in some, even though there was onions in there, these have a more of a potent flavor, so I'm going to just do that, which was probably a, I don't know, 1/4 cup maybe. And I'm also going to, oh, hold on. Gotta get this lid off. I'm going to put in some of the house seasoning, which is salt and pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. I just make it. I got this from Paula Deen a long time ago, this recipe. So I'm going to go in with that. And a little more. It's a lot of rice. And then I'm going to do some cracked pepper. Actually, I won't be able to do cracked pepper because I can't. I'm holding the phone with one hand and I can't do it with this one. So hang on. Okay, had to put the phone down in order to put the pepper in there. Let's see, give this a stir. And then what we're going to do is maybe an hour before we want to eat, or half an hour, I'm going to see what it looks like and see if I need to put a little bit of a slurry in there with, some cornstarch and water or whatever. And then also, that is when we'll add like a 1/2 cup or so of half and half. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, you guys, this has been cooking for about 3.5, 4 hours on high. I'm going to stir it up, and I just tasted it. And I added a little bit more of that house seasoning that I showed you earlier, because it did need a little bit of salt. I also took out the bay leaves over here. And right now, I'm going to put in about 1 cup of half and half. I did put it in the microwave to warm it up so that it didn't get all curdly. So I'm going to put this in just to give it that richness. Then I'm going to cook this for about another hour. And it will be perfect. Okay, so this looks like I did not need to thicken it up with a roux or anything. This is very, very, Shay, what would we call this? Stew-like, almost. What'd you say?
Viscous. I don't know.
Okay, well, there's that. That's the word, viscous. Sure. Okay, so there's that's what that looks like. And I tasted it, and it's delicious. We put it in a bowl, and this is what it's looking like in the bowl. And it's extremely hot, too hot to eat. So, but I did take a bite, and it is delicious. So thank you guys for watching, and make sure you go over and check out Sensible Living with Money Mom's channel, and also The Long Run with Jill and Christy, and I will put a link at the bottom for you to go over there and check theirs out. And thank you guys for watching, and let me know what your favorite, thing to do in the crock pot is. I will see you next time. Thanks.